All right, so we're in the kitchen. I'm gonna show you guys this week how to make sprouted lentils. They are super easy, even if you're a person who works a 9 to 5 job. If you're at home in the morning, you're at home at night, you're able to do this. So I'm gonna show you what you need. So this right here, you can just use, I just used this, I recycled this basically. This used to be a red pasta sauce jar, but I just cleaned it and sanitized it and all that. You guys, this counter is always busy. I'm always buying more bananas, etc., etc. This right here is a cheesecloth. You want to use something that's breathable, okay? Now, usually I use a rubber band, but I don't have one. So I'm using a hair thing. I washed it first, but use what you can to kind of, help secure the cheesecloth to the jar. You have two options for rinsing your lentils. So you can use something like this, like a strainer like this, like a netted one like that, or you can use something bigger like this. Either one would work just fine. And the most important thing, of course, is the lentils. You want to use organic lentils. If you use like non-organic lentils, it's not a good thing because you don't want to, get yourself in a situation where you might get, I don't know, infection or something weird or weird bacteria and stuff like that, because I guess organic is just better for sprouting than non-organic because they might spray stuff on it and you can't cook it out. You're not cooking it out. It's going to be raw. So it's best to buy organic lentils if you're going to sprout your own lentils. So sprout at your own risk. All right, let's show you the first step you need to do. All right, so go to your sink. I'm going to use this just because my sink is deep and kind of big. Ignore the dirty dishes my husband created. They're just there for now. But this, you need this, put it in your sink, and then you have your lentils. So I use 1/4 cup. So you can just use like 1 serving. And you also want to make sure your jar is big enough because the sprouts, they sprout like crazy and they get really, really big. So you just pour it in your little strainer. But I think the one that I have, this size is good enough. It's, I think, kind of like 16 ounces. So you want like a bigger one. You don't want just like a little cup. You want something probably like 16 ounces or larger of a jar to hold your sprouted lentils. Okay, so now you're just going to rinse them. But you just rinse them. It's really easy. Just want to get them nice and wet. I haven't done this in like a while, but I'm like, oh, I should sprout some lentils. Because you guys, if you buy sprouted stuff at the store, it can be expensive. But lentils are like the easiest things to sprout. All right, so that's enough rinsing. Now, sometimes people go through them and like see which one, if there's anything weird in the lentils. You can do that as well if you choose to do that. Like making sure there's not like rocks or something in them. But yeah, I'm kind of too lazy for that. And I'm assuming there's probably not any rocks or anything in here. And if it is, guess what? They won't sprout. The rocks don't sprout, just the lentils. All right, so this is already nice and wet. So now we just got to transfer it to the jar. So I did a quick Google search. And it's best to use cold or cool water to rinse your lentils because you have a higher chance of having harmful bacteria if you use hot water or warmer water. So do whatever you want at your own risk, but that's what they said on Google. And it's been a long time since I sprouted my own lentils. So I was like, dang, do I use hot water or cold water? Use cold water or cool water to lower the chances of bacteria. All right. All right, so I just got a spoon big enough to fit in the jars. So you just scoop them, throw them in there. Real easy, right? It's super easy. Like, I know sometimes people make it sound like, oh, sprouting is so hard. Well, if it's lentils, it's not. Well, I made a little bit of a cup of my lentil babies. So. All right, I'm going to take some of the lentils that fell on the counter and throw them in there too. Okay. All right, now they're in there. Now you're like, what the heck, Alisha? Like, they didn't even fill up the jar. They're not supposed to. When they sprout, they're going to basically fill up the jar. It's going to be ridiculous. Let me tell you, it's going to be crazy. I was shocked the first couple times I've sprouted lentils. I was like, oh my God, why are they so big? All right, so with your cheesecloth, you're just going to put it on top. Where did I put that thingy? Here it is. Okay, so you're going to just put it on top. I did wash my cheesecloth. I've had this cheesecloth for like years now. So you do that, and then you just put your rubber band or whatever you're using on top. All right, y'all, I'm being real. Oh man, that one broke. All right, y'all, I'm being real ghetto, but I just got a red rubber band. I mean, a black rubber band, because it's too big, so this isn't working. So you just have to find a rubber band that's going to fit the mouth of the jar. That's a lot better. Yeah, this stretches enough. Good. Awesome. There you go. Yes. You got to use what you got, okay? Use what you have at home first. Save you some money. All right, so this is like this, okay? This part is important. You want to make sure you turn it to its side, okay? So making sure that the lentils are on their side. So you don't leave them up like this the whole time. You leave them on their side. And then you leave them like this, and then you can rinse them again at night. So I'm doing this around like in the afternoon. It's like noon, my time, like 12:30. So I'm gonna just rinse them off again before I go to bed. And maybe I'll show you guys that. But basically you're just doing this process over and over again until you get sprouts. So you leave them on your kitchen counter. You don't need to put them in the fridge. You put them in the fridge after they're sprouted, when you're done growing them. So you're just gonna leave them on the side. So I'm gonna put them somewhere in the house. But yeah, easy, right? See, day 2, look at my little babies. You can already see the lentils are opening up to produce the sprout. Isn't that amazing? All right, let's go rinse them. All right, this is the third rinsing. Right now it's like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So I got really busy this morning, and so I wasn't able to do it this morning. That's okay. Just getting all of the lentils out. All right. Make sure the water is cold or cool to prevent bacteria. Of course, those are my dirty dishes. My husband and I's dirty dishes on the side, so no worries there. And just rinse. Cool. That's so cool. I've already been seeing the sprouts starting to produce. All right, we rinsed enough. Let me see if I can show you guys an example. But this is after the third rinse. So, and we're in the second day. But you can kind of see, like that one right there. It's like opening. You see how they're opening up? Isn't that cool? Yeah, they're already opening up. So they're beginning to sprout already. We don't see the sprout part, but the beans is about to do its job. All right, and then we're just gonna put this back in the jar and seal it back up, and obviously put the jar on its side like that with the cheesecloth on and the rubber band on top of the cheesecloth. All right, 4th rinse, 2nd day. See? All right, it's nighttime, so remember, twice a day until you get the desired result. And sometimes it's just easier to also, if you have some of them stuck like this, you can just turn on your cold water and just do this. Oh, look. Oh, we see one. I think I see a little sprout. There's one right there. Yeah. Didn't focus well, but that's okay. And then we're just gonna rinse them. Ooh, Yep, so I'm going to show you one for example. You can see one already starting to sprout. See that? It's not focusing well, but whoop, I dropped it. But yeah, you can see a little seedy, little tail. Yep, some of them are already having tails, so that's a good sign. Okay, now just put them back in the jar. Put it back in the jar. Remember to keep the jar on its side like this on your counter. And make sure you keep that cheesecloth and rubber band handy to put on top of the jar. All right, it is Wednesday morning and we started this on Monday afternoon. So not even a full 48 hours. And look, there are already sprouts growing. Isn't that amazing? You see the little tails? So now we just gotta rinse them again. Do the same exact thing. I'm gonna skip it this time with the rinsing. You're doing the same exact thing as we've been doing. This is the 5th rinsing I'm gonna be doing this morning. And we're just gonna keep monitoring it and see how long it takes for it to grow like crazy. So not even 48 hours, and this is what it looks like. Nice. All right. So I just finished rinsing the lentils for the 5th time. I just skipped the rinsing part of the video. You always want to rinse until you get the desired result, okay? Rinsing twice a day. And look at that. I'm so excited. All right, let's see what it looks like later tonight. But yeah, this is what it looks like right now. Just finished rinsing them. I'm gonna put them back in the jar and start the process again later. Okay, remember, we started on Monday morning. It is Wednesday evening. Let me show you how awesome our lentils look. Look at that. They already have sprouts. They already have the little tails all throughout. Look at that. Now, some of them, of course, aren't fully sprouted yet. And then let's see how much they've grown in the jar. You see what I'm talking about? This was 1/4 of a cup before. It's already halfway filling up the jar. You don't want to have a small jar. All right, so I'm going to rinse them, do the whole thing again, and then we'll see on Thursday how they look. I figure you guys know how to do it by now, so I'm not going to show the rinsing process, and we'll see how they look on Thursday. I'm going to rinse them with cold water, cool cold water, and do what I've been doing each day. All right. Okay, so it's the next day and I decided I no longer needed to rinse my lentils and to do the whole enchilada because, and I'm gonna open it up, got a little bit of a lentil stuck, but you see that? It's sprouted. And most of them are just like that, sprouted. See how much they've grown from the beginning? I'm gonna take them out of this jar and put them in the strainer so that way you guys can see better what it looks like. But yeah, it didn't take that long. We started on Monday afternoon and it is almost Thursday afternoon and we have sprouted lentils. Awesome. And let me see if I can show you a better look. See? Easy, super duper easy to do. And I can put them on top of like salads. Now, if you want your tails to be a little longer than this, then you want to just rinse them again. But I'm like, most of them are kind of long. Like, for example, look how long. The tail is like super long. So, okay, so since the lentils are good to go, now you can put a lid on it, seal it, and now you can leave it in the fridge and use it. So I would suggest maybe use your best judgment if like the lentils go bad, if they taste weird or funny, do some Google searching, but just use them and then you're good. So keep them in the fridge since you're done sprouting. Now it's refrigerator time. It's good to go, y'all. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Comment if you like, subscribe if you like if you like, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye. Bye.